This is To the Rescue Authentic Networking. I'm Jennifer Johnson, Executive Director of TTR Networking and a relationship marketing coach. This show is all about the authentic business networking, relationship building, and the success strategies used by our members to grow their businesses and give back to local nonprofits. Be sure to stay up to date. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the bell to get notifications of new episodes, and please visit our website, www.ttrnetworking.com. Now, on with the show.
Welcome to the Rescue Authentic Networking Show. I am Nicole Williams, along with my co-host, Don Evans Casey and Jennifer Johnson. Hi, guys. Hi, Jennifer. How's it going?
It's going extremely well. I will have to say we're all very busy and things are going really well, but we have a wonderful guest today, and I am going to actually hand it right back to you, Nicole, because you have the introduction and you know Mr. Hailey very well, so I will let you take it over.
Well, yay. Well, I am so excited, Robert. We are in the same meeting together. We meet on Thursdays online on Zoom, and we are Carmel Networking Partners. So it's just so much fun. Every week we get to meet and talk and learn how we can help each other. And we talk about nonprofits and all kinds of good things. But I want to introduce you. Robert Hailey is a graduate of Roosevelt University in Chicago, Illinois, where he earned his BA degree in business administration. Robert began his extensive career in mortgage lending and financial service while living in Indianapolis. He spent several years as a Realtor loan officer, manager, and owner. These positions have truly given Robert a more robust understanding of the customer experience in home selling, purchase, and refinance knowledge. He has built his career as a talented and reliable mortgage loan originator. With over 17 years in real estate and mortgage lending experience, Robert has the knowledge and expertise to help each borrower structure the optimal mortgage to achieve their financial goals. Robert prides himself on taking the time needed to understand his customers' immediate and long-term goals, finding the best financial solution to achieve their objectives. I want to take a moment because I just think that's so awesome. You know, you're all about the customer, and that's what we talk about a lot in our meetings. All that you offer, and you're not just there to help them to the next level. You want to understand who they are to help them. So that is just so neat. He has helped hundreds of clients. He understands how confusing home buying and refinancing process can be. So he offers his help. He works hard to walk each client through the process in an organized and efficient manner. Because of his extensive knowledge of available programs, problem-solving skills, and steadfast commitment to customer service, he will ensure you receive superior guidance as you pursue one of the most personal investments of your lifetime. That's so true. Robert resides in Indianapolis, Indiana, with his wife of 11 years, and they are very active in their local church and community. He is a member of the 100 Black Men Incorporated in Indianapolis chapter, the youth mentoring organization, where he serves on the board of director. Also serves on the board of his homeowners association. His other interests include jogging, traveling, reading, and movies. Something that we posted just yesterday on our Facebook. We have a Facebook page, TTR page, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up real quick. Something really cool, Robert, that you are doing is you are helping with a huge charity, the American Cancer Society, Real Men Wear Pink of Indianapolis. And we had a cute little thing. Why is Robert Hailey wearing pink, and because he's joined the American Cancer Society's Real Men Wear Pink campaign to help save lives from breast cancer. This month, you're wearing pink to show your support to raise awareness and funds to this important cause, and we talk about how to support it. And then you have a goal, so hopefully you'll tell us a little bit more about this. But that's just so exciting. Welcome back to you, Miss Jennifer.
Well, I guess it is me, isn't it? Well, Robert, and before the show, Robert didn't have the light on that showed his pink shirt. So now that is a good color for you. That's a great color for you. We're just really happy you're here today, Robert. I know you're a busy guy. And so beyond what Nicole already asked, can you tell us a little bit about you, what you do? We kind of heard that, but you can tell us more, I'm sure. And how is the state of this COVID crisis, pandemic, how's that affected your business? Because, I mean, some people, most of us have been affected one way or another. So take it away.
Yeah, great. Again, like Nicole said, my name is Robert Hailey. I'm a mortgage banker. I'm with First Home Bank. We do loans in all 50 states. So again, no matter what state you live in, I can assist you with that, with your purchase, whether your purchase being a conventional loan, FHA loan, VA loan, or a reverse mortgage itself, if that be the case for a senior. I can assist you in each areas of that. So I bring extensive knowledge in that. How COVID-19 has hurt me, really has impacted my business as a whole. It has, because it has impacted me locally, because I'm not able to meet with a lot of my partners, potential partners, even customers face to face. And that is definitely, when you look at our business, a lot of times it's more of a handshake, more than just an electronic document itself. You really want to get to know people, as well as the networking partners you're working with itself. So it has impacted. So I've not really met anyone face to face since March. So that's really been a huge impact as a whole. So to put a number to it, I can't really say, because you don't know, but I do know it, but not being able to do that, you have to reinvent how you do things, when you do things, and we rely mostly a lot on technology to continue to keep that networking going. So you're requiring people to now read emails, jump on Zoom, as well as team calls, things like that. And still, you have a lot of people, there's still a learning gap for a lot of people that don't feel comfortable there, don't want to do that, or feel that by doing it, they expose themselves to more technology snafus. And so that's a fear there too. So you have a lot of things getting people there. So that's really a challenge. So we're still missing a lot of people that's not on technology and still won't be on technology. You know how we look at it. And so they sit on the sideline waiting for us to come back to do live interviews, live interaction. And there's some people that are still doing that. I have not done it yet, because there's still a virus out there that's affecting all of us more ways than one, and not knowing how, without a vaccine, without everybody really practicing the same process, put us all vulnerable. So therefore, instead of me put us out there, I choose to step back and wait to be in the position that we all are reading from the same book.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're not. So.
Goodness. Yes. One thing that we like to ask everyone on the show, our show is all about being authentic and genuine, and we wonder what that means to you and in your business.
I think that is the key piece, the cornerstone of who I am as a person and what I do, because in my business, when people buying a home or looking at a home or trying to get the right information, is to be very honest with a client. The only way you help a client to be very honest with them, and help them really understand, believe in you, to help them understand not just the short-term goals, that's the immediate thing they want to do. Make sure what they're trying to do is going to take them to the next level, so they'll have no regrets of tomorrow. I said, I don't want you to have no tomorrow regrets, because we can't take it back. It's a big major purchase, and if you make a mistake, it can cost you from you being in home, not long-term, but just a short-term, because of something put you in the wrong position. And you weren't ready for the tomorrow issues. And so now you're out of home. You did a transaction today, you was happy. 2 years later, you're homeless, or you're foreclosed upon. That's not a good feeling as a whole. So it's so important that understand customer. I hope they'll make sure the customer understand the loan they're talking about. Make sure they understand it. Make sure they qualify it. Make sure they can articulate it themselves and explain it to anyone out there. And I think you go out and ask, I'd be hard pressed. You take 10 people, you ask them, tell me about the loan you have other than your interest rate.
Ah.
And so, and have them to tell you what it is. And really they can. I'd be honest, say they can without looking at it. Say, well, so how do they move you forward other than just an interest rate? And I said, call the emotional high. So I try to take the emotional out of it, really be, and really let's do what the loan makes sense for you, so you understand it. And so yeah, you won't still be excited about it. I want you to make sure you understand it. And that's what, and once you get people to get to that level, to level set that way, they have a better experience. But it's getting people to understand, because in our business, I had to apologize for this. There's a lot of misleading information, and then you have a lot of times you see advertising. When you see advertisers out there talking about rates are low, you get a 2.2 interest rate on a loan, but they don't read. A lot of people don't read the small print. The small print, a lot of times, they just tell you you got to have probably about 800 credit score, a 65% loan to value, and you're using the maximum discount points out there to get down to their rate. I said, oh, and then when people say the federal government have zero interest rate, I said, well, that's not talking about us consumers. That's talking about bank loaning money to bank. The banks, so the banks loan money to each other, and so the Fed loans from the bank to loan to us as consumers. And that's it. Now, if the banks choose to pass on that savings onto us, then that's a good thing, but chances are it's not. So a lot of people got to understand. So you got to know when people talking, say, well, that's the banks loaning money to banks. It's not talking about you and I, but it's telling you, hey, it's probably a good chance there's some benefits out there. But you got to understand who you're talking to. So then you also understand that, are you talking to a broker, a correspondent lender, or a bank, or just a mortgage company?
Wow.
So there's too many entities there. So a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand all that. This is why I want to get an interest rate. So you got to understand who you're talking to. So that determines what kind of program you may see, what you may qualify for. And then also people got to understand. Do you understand your credit? Do you understand what is your credit? Yeah, you have a credit score, but what is in your credit report? The credit score is only one factor, but what's in your credit report determines if you qualify for anything.
Gotcha.
Because that's divulged through underwriting, but hopefully it divulged to you and your loan officer going through your credit report, making sure that you credit qualify. Because the purpose of a loan officer and a mortgage banker is to make sure to present you to the underwriter the best possible solution. So if I don't do my job correctly, I'm sending things up to the underwriter, and if I do my job correctly, I did you a disservice.
Well, thank goodness for you. thank you for all you do, because that's a lot. That's
a wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
It's about education. So that's why people call up for what's your interest rate. I said, well, if interest rate was just that you can pull out of the sky and give it to you, you would have it already. Interest rate is based upon you as an individual. Like I always tell people, an analogy is like a shoe size. Although the manufacturer makes size 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, as you all know that when you try to you can say in your mind, say, I wear a size 8 shoe, but you go put the shoe and say, well, all 8 shoes don't fit you the same.
No, they don't.
They don't. So if you really think about it, say, do I want a shoe the right shoe that fit me, or do I want to fit a size? You want the right shoe that fits you. So that sometimes you may have to get a 7.5, 8, 8.5, or you may have to find you had to put an inner sole inside.
Right. Plan C.
Try to make it fit. So think about that as a person that's going to get a loan. So I tell you that everybody, your loan is your loan. So no matter what your neighbor tell you what they did, doesn't mean you qualify for the same loan.
Exactly.
And therefore you must understand that how to get to that same loan may be a little different than how the other person. You may get to the same interest rate, but it may take you either discount points, or may put more money down, or bring money to the table to deliver the same program. So, but the question is, are you in a position to do those things?
Awesome. Thank you. I love it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Robert, your introduction presented you as a multifaceted person. between your professional life and your personal life and your volunteer life, etc. So I'm sure that you have an opportunity to make lots of connections. But tell us how you most effectively come across your clientele and meet new customers.
I meet clients in multiple different ways. One, I do internet-based lending, so I do a lot at the internet. People meet people that way through lead-based, send it to me, as well as my biggest piece that I love in me is really through referrals. Referrals from my previous client as well as referrals to my networking partners. That's where you have the biggest connection, because someone has entrusted you, believe in you, and trust you that, hey, you did a great job. I want to send someone to you. And that's like, to me, that's like a reward to anyone, saying that when someone refers someone to you because something you did for them, and you get that person back. So referral partners is key, that you continue to network, because that is where the girls feel where I like to be. That's more local people a lot of times, and that's where you want to be there. So that's really comes from that, from referrals.
So you,
Awesome.
yeah, so the, the question, I know you're a fairly new member of our TTR networking. We are glad you found us. And I think I know the answer. How did you find us? I think I bugged you, didn't I? I think I bugged you.
Well, I met you through LinkedIn. I think that you met through LinkedIn, and we met through LinkedIn through your card business itself, through the card business. At least I thought it was good, which is a great program too.
Thank you.
I love that. And you and I had a very long conversation, but we talked about cars and went down the whole family thing. I think we talked about at least an hour and a half. And so that's where you invited me to your group. So that's how I got to know TTR Network.
Well, and isn't that funny? Because most people are like, because Jennifer stopped me, or Jennifer made me talk to her for a long time. Yeah, it does happen that way a lot of times. We're happy that you found us. And I know, you have been a member a couple months, I think, at least. I don't know. I know you do the nonprofit. Do you find anything? I don't like, I guess the question we put in our script is always, well, what do you find that's special about TTR? And what, and I don't want people to feel like they're under the gun, but would you have any stories about, maybe, because it is relationships, and you are newer to our network, so you might not have a story about our network, but do you have any networking stories or referral stories that you think might be, shed some light on, or give?
Well, here's my take on it. Why did I pick TTR Network? Why I picked you guys, and why I feel it. It's always trying to feel out. Networking's got to be a part of a group that you feel that's sincere, and the people involved in there are sincere about that. And I do understand that referring people to someone, you really want to trust and know the person there itself. So I truly believe that the group that we have only one particular person of industry part in the group should allow itself now to share in best practice with each other. But the key point is getting everybody to trust that and they are that what this is. So not just what is meant on paper, but now live out that through the consistency of each other. So I'm hoping, and again, I'm just still young, and I'm still hoping and believing that this will take place and organically take place, and you find that we are sharing each other and referring partners to each other, and by participating and giving back, giving to the group as a whole, as well as the group will give back to you over time. I know it's not going to happen right away, because it takes time people to get used to each other and get comfortable with each other to now feel good. I want to now refer people to you, and vice versa. So that's why I believe it takes some time to do it, and really stay with it, and trying to not be transactional, but mostly being authentic about trying to grow the organization to the level we want to be, where the comfort level would be there, where you have organic free people referring each other to each other.
And I would throw out there, I was just thinking about that though. He's one of our newer members, but he's one of the first ones to say, I want to be on the video cast. Hearing the introduction, ladies, about he's a jogger. Movies. I'm thinking that would be an interesting conversation. And what was it? Well, your 100 Black Men and the pink, the fundraising you're doing for the what is it? What's the name of the wearing pink? But I don't want to say it the wrong way.
American Cancer Society. American Cancer Society.
Yeah. Well, but it's real men wear pink, right? Okay.
Yeah, real men wear pink.
But you know what? Finding you already said this, but I guess I just wanted to throw it out there. You truly believe it because you're on the show. We now know you're a jogger. You love movies. You wear pink. It looks really nice, but you're also all involved in your nonprofit and the 100 Black Men. And I know we're going to talk more about that in a minute, but I just was, you don't even have to, we believe you believe, you are walking the talk. Walking the talk, right? Doing what you say. I mean, a lot of people will say that, but then they get kind of crazy if, you ask them to be on the video cast. Well, they don't get it. Why would I want to do that? Well, here's Robert. He's sharing his stuff, and you did post that out there, Nicole, about the real men wear black or pink. So it's like, I just think he's giving us a really good feeling for who he is. And that's what authentic to me means. They trust you because now you've shared a lot of stuff with us that a lot of our members who've been there for a while haven't even done that yet, So thank you for being here, Robert. I'm going to turn it over. Let's see. I kind of lost track. Oh, I think it's John's turn.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, John.
Here I go.
There she is.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Robert, one of the big tenets of TTR networking is all about helping nonprofits and assisting within our communities. We want to help our members be successful in their own businesses, but we also want to help the communities around us who are supporting us as customers, as partners, etc. So we all want to thrive together. You've shared a little bit about the 100 Black Men, but I think I'm familiar with the organization myself. I would like you to share a little bit more about it so that everybody listening can get a feel for what type of impact this organization has on our local community and how you participate in it. And I certainly hope that 100 Black Men and TTR Networking can perhaps do something collaboratively or together in the future, because we want to help, and I believe it's an awesome cause. So if you don't mind sharing a little, we'd love to hear.
Oh, sure, not a problem. I mean, I love talking about it. I can't talk enough about the organization itself. We are a mentoring organization here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We've been 100 Black Men have been around for going on 36 years. We are a national-based mentoring group organization, which we've been mentoring here and also in Bahamas and Cocasa in London, England. We have 30 many chapters around. We're here locally here. I've been involved with the 100 for over for 17 years. I've been involved with the organization, volunteering and mentoring. As an organization, I pay to volunteer. I give money to volunteer for the organization, meaning that what I give money to an organization to volunteer my time. And I, on the board itself, I'm the secretary on the board, as well as I'm assistant financial treasurer, but also I run a team mentoring group, which is mentoring 5th through 9th grade. We have 6 organizations, 6 groups in there, which would be our Summer Academy, which is our group that mentors from pre-K to 8th grade. That's during the summertime. Team Mentor, which is a group I do, which is mentoring from 5th grade to 9th grade. We mentor that through as an 18-week program there. Our financial literacy program, which your son participate in, which is our high school student, which is 9th grade to 12th grade. That is about teaching about dollars and cents, about how money works. We have a robotics group there, which teaches about STEM. That is a basic from 4th grade through 8th grade. We have one senior military, which is our juniors and senior group, which is called a man get them ready for college, and as well as the next step into adulthood. And then we have our Collegiate 100, which is our students that are in college. We're mentoring that group itself. And we started another part of our organization, which is for our kids that choose not to go to school, which is trying to help them to understand, give them a skill set to help them start going in the workplace itself. So in that sense that we do that, but I mentor in a group of 15 ninth grade. So we've been an organization around for 35 years, involved in the community as a whole. We are a not-for-profit organization that's really giving back. And our tagline is real men giving real time to real time to our customers. So what they see is what they be. So that's what we're trying to do.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow, that's so much. And I would challenge anybody who thinks that our youth, that this younger generation is a wayward and misdirected. I would challenge anybody to look at those students involved in this, in your programming at any level, and just be awed by what they do, what they're capable of, what they dream about, and plan for their futures. So thank you for all that you do involved with 100 Black Men, because I know that you're really making a positive difference.
Yeah, I always tell people this way. I said, when you talk about mentoring a kid, mentoring is like the word say, I love you. Well, everybody says it, but do you really mean it? And because I love you, when you say I love you, there got to be something attached to it that you can see it and feel it at the same time, and you can see something producing. Mentoring is the same way. We are a curriculum-based mentoring organization. So everything we do is about, we have intentionality what we're trying to do with this young man person. That's why every day it's building blocks. When we start the program from day one, that we 18-week, 20 weeks program, we intentionally trying to make an impact to this young man in our co-ed programs is our summer academy and our financial financial two co-ed program, but everything else is all young men. Because our young man need to help us. So we is saying I love you, but what are you doing with the young man? What's your intention? What are you doing today, and what are you leaving with that you come back to follow up with and build upon those blocks to take them to the next level? And so I tell you that. So it's easy to complain about our youth. It's easy to complain, but what are you doing? What time are you giving to someone to make a difference?
Yep.
So what time are you doing it? How are you doing it? And I just think about a hamburger, but what are you doing with them for us? Having them down, give them a place where they can come and talk to you, and giving them some teachers some things that they can help build upon, help them to find who they are. Because our young men, the group that I look at my young people, that help them to figure out who they are, where they are right now, where they centered. Because once they figure out where they are right now, then it's easy for them to look up and start seeing the opportunities and options available to them.
Yes.
You should show them how to be there, and how to dream about it, how to make it happen, how you plan for that, how you start making a difference there. So,
Yay.
Wonderful.
Wow. That is so amazing. Thank you. Okay. So our audience, how can we find you? How can we get in contact with you? And
you can find me through my website, organizationally wise, is Robert.Hailey, Hailey, at firsthomebank.com. And first is spelled completely out. That is my website for work itself, as well as you can call me 317-201-4602. Again, 317-201-4602. And if you want to reach me by through the 100 Black Man, which is R. Hailey, Hailey, at 100blackmanindy.org. Again,
awesome.
R. Hailey at 100blackmanindy.org.
Awesome. And then also we can find you, which this is funny. This is like what, the 27th episode, Jennifer?
Yeah,
Possibly?
20. I think we're at almost 30, I think, actually.
But it's really funny because like maybe around episode 25, someone's like, well, you can find me at ttrnetworking.com. We're like, oh yeah, that's right.
As well as you can find me there at ttrnetwork.com. So you got multiple places to find me.
I know, we're so
He's
excited.
official. We do have some members who forget that is even there, and we might not have their profiles, but I think Robert's out there.
Mm-hmm. I am there.
He is there.
There's all places you can find me. You go there, you can find my bio of who I am. And I said, definitely link me up and see me. My goal is to help to engage any consumers, sometimes just as a consult. It's not all about, it's not transactional, but more so help you to understand, ask questions, what doubts might try to push you in any direction, but more so answer your question. and educate you. I believe that if you get well educated, if you educate yourself about what you're trying to get accomplished, then you make the most informed decision for yourself.
I think,
Not to yourself.
yeah, I was just going to say our last question really for you is, can you leave us with a final thought? You might have just said it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add? I mean, I think that's education, and not everybody's out there to help educate. So Robert definitely is. But anything else, Robert?
Well, again, I just like to say, just if you, American Cancer Society, I work pink today for the reason to give back to our community and our cancers. And we all can tell a story about cancer, whether it be our family members, friends, co-workers, someone we know. And cancer can't get away without we can't find a solution for it. So I wear pink for that reason. So really, if you go out to the American Cancer Society website, look me up, Robert Hailey, you go log in there and you see, find me, make a donation. I'm trying to raise $2,500. That's a small, not a big goal, but a small goal, $2,500 to give back to the Cancer Society. And for the whole month of October, I'll be wearing pink. So it'll be a pink shirt, pink tie, my pink pen, but pink socks, but pink will be on somewhere at all times.
Awesome.
So that's really one of it. So give back to the Cancer Society to help us to step out cancer, to make a difference and really put this behind us. We will not let it be six million our loved ones.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Take it out, Nicole. That was great.
Take us out. Okay. Well, we want to thank Robert for coming and teaching us so much, and we're so excited. All you do to help, thank you. You're so inspiring. Thank you, Don and Jennifer, and thank you, our audience, for being with us today. Until next time, may all your days be filled with authenticity.
I love it.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.